Hello and welcome. This is EDC with Oaken and Kane. I am Oaken, and what do we have today? This is the Ferrum Forge Stinger, which is a relatively new, came out in 2020, yeah, produced by We Knives out of China. For Ferrum Forge out of, I think, California, I want to say. I'm actually not 100% sure. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get into some basic specs on this guy, and then do a couple size comparisons to some familiar faces. So overall length is 7¼ inches. Blade length is 3¼ There we are. Stock thickness is 0.12 inches. Handle length is 4.125 inches. And weight is coming in, can you see that at all? There we are. Coming in at 2.56 ounces. So definitely nice and light, no complaints there. And then yeah, let's get some friends out here. Start off with the old Para 3 PM2 and Para 3 lightweight here. I'll do the Spartan Blades Talos and the Delica. And we will do the Malibu and the Neutron, which actually there's a lot of similarities between these guys here. That is for sure. More than I had originally expected. And then, you know, we'll do the old ProTech S&G and the Spyderco Roadie. Just, you know, why not? The Roadie always needs more screen time. Everybody should love the Roadie. But yeah, so this is Nitro V steel. So that's not something that you see very often. I know what Millet Knives did, won the Drop Perpetua, I believe it was called, was Nitro V, but not a ton of places are using Nitro V pretty consistently, so that's definitely nice to see. Very thin blade stock. Where's the Delica? I think these are about the same blade stock, so really, yeah, this obviously being a full flat grind, tapering a little more towards the tip there. Does get a tidbit thinner, but ooh, really do like how they did the blade. You know, I don't mind a choil. There are certain knives where I prefer it. This one I probably could have done without, but certainly don't mind it. So no big complaints there. You do have this little fuller here that is deep enough to Spidey flick and thumb flick, so that's nice. I would have preferred a cutout just because it is a lot easier to kind of keep clean. Sometimes with these fullers, if they're a little bit too deep, you just kind of get gunk in there, and then you're just, whatever you're cutting has got some gunk from the previous cut, shall we say, just kind of meshing all in there. But regardless, so kind of a nice stonewash finish here. No complaints there. Action on this guy, very, very nice. It is on bearings, and I think I said it earlier, but being produced by kind of We and Civivi, you know, they are pretty good with getting a nice smooth action. And then Ferrum Forge in general just does put out some pretty great designs as well. So, ooh, goodness. Oh, everything just went off kilter there. Oh no. The facade of the garage is coming. Oh no, people are realizing it's just a set. So anyway, but yeah, very well done. No big complaints as far as action and pivot goes. Materials. Now this is once again Nitro V for the steel, and just G10. I believe you can get it in a green and a tan G10 as well. So not too bad. It's always nice. You can get a tan one and pretty easily kind of dye that a kind of a different array of colors. So that's always a nice option to have. Lock type on this guy is a liner lock. Pretty well done as well. Let's see if we can see the lock up there. Come on. So, you know, wouldn't mind a little bit, you know, more of a lockup. It's, you know, kind of you know, I'd say, I guess, I mean, 25%. It's just kind of, you know, I wouldn't mind a little later lockup, but still nice and sturdy. No wiggle in any direction. Did come nice and centered. Ooh, also, you know, that I just saw that, so we'll just go ahead and talk about that now. The clip. Love that it is recessed. Not only the clip itself recessed into the scales, but the screw as well. That is, to me, it seems like a small issue, but to me, it's something that is so simple to fix that, you know, I'm confused anytime I see companies not at least doing kind of recessed screws. So love to see that as well. Clip and hardware. We did talk about that a second ago. We're going to get some assistance from this here pocket. Now, of course, it does have, I believe this is T8 all around. Let me grab, oh no. Let me grab this real quick. Well, let me grab this semi-quick. I guess I wouldn't really call this real quick. Well, let's see. Okay, yeah, so these are T6s, which is what I originally thought. Don't know why I said T8s. So T6 hardware, obviously not ideal. It is T8 on the pivot. I would prefer T8 all around, but you know, we're seeing it more and more. So let's get this guy in the pocket. So very nice deep carry clip there. You have, I mean, just a little speck poking out there. So definitely not bad at all. No complaints there. The flipper tab, although it is kind of comes to a somewhat of a sort of sharp angle there, it is chamfered well, so you don't really have any, although you do feel it coming in and out of the pocket, it is not sharp by any means. So, you know, bravo there. Value on this guy, so for the most part I saw these right around somewhere kind of in the 90 to sort of 95 range. Right now, a couple, you know, a lot of places don't have them in stock. I would assume they would be coming back relatively soon. But they also have the Pro Licks as well, which is a little bit different design, more of a worn clip, but very much so kind of the same recipe. But for that price point, and just getting something a little bit different like Nitro V, that, you know, I wouldn't necessarily say is an epic step up from certain other kind of steels in that price range, but it is something kind of different. It is something a little bit new, more of a nitrogen steel that, you know, depending on the climate you're in, the humidity, might be something that, you know, for that price point, you normally don't have something like this kind of in that as an option. So, you know, I have no complaints there. I don't have a ton of experience with Nitro V. I know kind of the basics about it, but haven't really got a whole lot of time with with it beyond this guy here, and then haven't sharpened it, so I can really only speak so much on it. But to me, it's at least refreshing to see, you know, something that's not just D2 or, you know, 8CR or, you know, so forth and so on. Even S30 VN and S35 VN just feel a bit stale. You know, I can't make a solid argument on why necessarily. I think it's just, you know, we see a lot of that in the market. So nice to see something a little bit new. So yeah, I would definitely say if you guys have one of these, stumble across your garage, so to speak, I would definitely snag one. Really do like a lot of aspects of this, and let me get this back out. Where is it? The Three Rivers Manufacturing Neutron, which is definitely a little bit tricky to find. Definitely has some kind of similar, I don't want to say a similar kind of design language, but definitely has a similar kind of function to it. Both very thin blade stocks, so great slicers, both kind of in that, you know, to me, kind of a kind of great EDC range of that, you know, 3.25 inch is kind of ideal for a lot of my uses. Yeah, both both great options. Real tricky to get a Neutron right now, especially with the Neutron 2 that just came out. But yeah. So guys, thanks for stopping by the garage. Hope you're having a good one, and we'll see you soon.